Libra, hi. So this is going to be a reading for April 14th through the 20th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Libra. All right, the overall energy for the reading, the 10 of Pentacles. So this talks about stability, so there's something going on close to home for you. Okay, I see a partnership there. In the recent past, the Knight of Swords, the Judgment card, the Three of Swords. Somebody made a rash decision about something. Somebody did something here. I'm not sure if it's you or somebody you're dealing with, but whatever they did, it kind of looks like it wasn't meant to be what it came out to be. Because it looks to be painful at the end of it, but that wasn't the intention. And that's what came out of it. Okay, we'll see what that is. In the current situation, the Three of Pentacles, the Star, the Ace of Cups. Okay, so I do see this partnership showing up here and a desire for things to be better than fine here when it comes to this partnership. And I feel like this is your desire surrounding this. In the immediate future, the Sun, the Six of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. It's kind of showing up something like, in order for this to work out, it needs space, it needs time, or something like that. Or this is the acknowledgement of that. Okay. All right. Well, let's clarify. Let's do the 10 of Pentacles. The Strength card, the Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Yeah, something happened within this partnership. Somebody did something. Somebody did an oopsie, you know. I don't know what type of an oopsie, what kind of a partnership even. I don't know any of that. I just see this energy of a partnership here, and that it's going through a challenging time at this moment in time, which we could see through the reading. And I'm guessing it's based off of that action over there in the past. But let's see what the hell happened. Let's do the Knight of Swords. The Hermit, the King of Cups, the Five of Wands. This is interesting because it was going just fine. It was going perfect until, again, somebody did something conflicting, opposite of this fine. And it stirred things up big time. You either said something or did something that created quite the commotion, when in all reality, things were going just fine here. Let me see the Judgment card. Again, if that's you. I don't know who did what, but somebody did something. For the Judgment card in the recent past, you get the Ace of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Okay. Why is there a pause? There's intention. There's, you know, you and me, let's say we're best friends and you're like, okay, let's go see a movie. And that's it. You don't give me a time, you don't give me a date, you don't give me any, and then you vanish, you disappear. And, you know, a week later, you're like, oh, what happened to that movie? You tell me, you know, type of thing. So it's like that, like a break, a pause. Somebody's bringing something good and then off the face of the earth, and then they return, kind of like, let's resume. Okay, but like we missed a movie or something. I don't know. That's weird. Let me do the Three of Swords, the Moon, the Hangman, the Eight of Wands. Okay, so that's what happened. That's what somebody did, and it wasn't meant to cause harm on the part of whoever did this. So if it's you, right, telling me, hey, let's go see a movie, and then a week later you're like, let's resume from where we left off, I may take it as what the fuck. You know, well, what just happened? And I may be upset, and I may be hurt, and I may be, who the hell knows? You, on the other hand, you're like, nothing happened, you know. We're resuming as if that gap of time that I was missing is not here. It's, you know. So for one energy, everything's fine, while the other is kind of like, no, it's not. The problem is that for the energy that, no, it's not, they're not really saying that. They're keeping it to themselves. So if I'm heard that, you know, you vanished after you asked me to go see a movie together, I'm not going to say anything. Oh, you're back. Oh, yeah. Probably not even going to mention the freaking movie that we missed, you know. So that's not great, because that, you know, whatever you're keeping there, that pain, that whatever, is going to come out within this dynamic at some point in time, and probably sooner than later. So it may have created quite the commotion here. This, I'm just not going to say anything, you know. Let me see the Three of Pentacles in the current situation. The Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. It's still kind of looking almost in the same place, a little different because some time has passed, and you know, the pain that was caused and kept to myself there, that's not out to the surface yet. So I'm still kind of, I don't know, a little awkward, maybe a little, I don't even know what to do here, while you keep being all right, being like, no, everything's fine here. So, okay. I don't know who's who at this moment in time. You know, I just gave you that example as you being the one with the movie proposition, but it doesn't have to be. So I don't know who's who, where you land here. That's my foot. But I feel like the part that apparently has no clue will continue to have no clue, unless the part that's keeping things to themselves is gonna, hey, we need to talk about something here, you know? So this will continue like this, and it's not necessarily the best flow for the situation, you know? For the Star, you get the Empress, the King of Wands, the Ten of Swords. This is you. Are you repeating a pattern? Are you repeating a pattern? Even if it's just a little tiny one or a little tiny part of a pattern, it's looking like you're repeating a pattern. Which again doesn't give me any clue as to who you are out of the two energies here. Because you could be repeating a pattern in the sense of, hey, something hurt you and you're not being upfront about it. You're keeping it to yourself, thinking that, you know, it's going to make the problem go away. Which is not. It's actually making it worse. And you could be the other side that, you know, is oblivion. It doesn't even know, hey, what's going on here? Or doesn't want to know, you know. That could be that possibility too. Okay. There's a woodpecker, and that's Juno talking to it. And now a squirrel came. And Cosmo's going. Yeah, it's going to be a shit show behind me there. Luckily, it sure might be big enough that you can't see it, so... For the Ace of Cups, in the current situation, you get the Ace of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Chariot. No, I don't think, I honestly, genuinely think that the one that asked for the movie and vanished doesn't see the problem here, doesn't see the issue. And not to jump to their defense, but they can't. They can't. If nobody's telling them, hey, there's an issue here, they're going to perceive it as, you know, no harm done. They can't read minds. Nobody can. You know, so if you show up saying, hey, that's okay. That's okay. How have you been? You know, like, yeah, let's resume. If you play along the same game of let's resume as if nothing happened, when in all actuality for you something happened, then they're not going to know that something happened. Same deal here. For the sun in the immediate future, you get the Temperance card, the Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups. Some more time passes, like I'm watching this is the movie that you're supposed to go see. It's like I'm watching a movie. So some more time passes. Everything is showing up as if everything's great here. The resistance is just building up. The more this lie is being kept up, the more the bigger the resistance is going to get to this connection, or to things just flowing naturally here. Let me see the Six of Swords. Oh my. For the Six of Swords, you get the Nine of Cups, the Tower, the Justice card. Yeah, I think it's you, the one that's kind of keeping something to yourself there. You're kind of giving me a sense of, look, I just don't want to create any commotion. And you think this doesn't create commotion? The fact that you're not saying, hey, you know, even if it's the smallest little thing, doesn't matter. If it upset you or it hurt you in any kind of way, why keep it to yourself like that? And have them not know absolutely anything about it and pretend that, oh, everything's great here. You know? Why not be honest about it? Because this, what you're trying to do here, and I see exactly what you're trying to do. Like, yeah, I don't want to create too much commotion here. And for what? For nothing. It was just a little thing. I'll handle it. Yeah, I can see. Yeah. I can see it handled. And it's just, okay. That's how you want to handle. But that's part of your little pattern. Something hurt you, something disturbed you, something. Something is not sitting right with you, even if it's the smallest little thing. And you're not saying anything about it. Because why? Saying something about it doesn't have to mean, you know, confronting them and being like, hey, what the fuck did you do here? You hurt my feelings, No, you know, but like, hey, you know, for you, it may not mean anything that, you know, you called me last week, you scheduled the movie, and then you vanished into thin air. But it hurt me a little bit. It hurt my feelings. You know, just wanted to let you know. That's it. That's all there is to it. You know? Just to kind of voice where you're at with things. Why hide it? For the Seven of Pentacles, in the immediate future, you get the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Cups. Yeah, it's going to get harder and harder to the point of nobody's going to give a shit about the situation anymore. You know, if it keeps on going like this with this little secret that somebody's holding, that they've been bothered by something, I know, because that's the thing. You look at it from the outside, you look at something so insignificant, creating such a big issue. Over time, it will. Over time, it will. Because I'm sure that's not the first time, nor the only time that, you know, I'll just bypass this as if nothing happens, but it hurts me. So it'll get to such extent that, you know, you keep putting in effort here, you keep showing up for this, but something about it is going to feel way off. And it's just going to get harder and harder to keep together in a healthy way, because it's based off of unhealthy foundation here. So somebody's got to put it out there, whatever this is that hurt them. Needs to be put out there in a healthy way, in a very civilized way. You don't have to from the universe, you get the Emperor, the Magician, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you're, as much as you're rooting for this to be, you know, to get to the best place possible, the tools you're working with to get this there, not helping, you know. Not helping. Unless you're starting to be honest about things here. And I don't know what this is. I kind of see it as a friendship, in all honesty. It could be something else. But whatever it is, still the same methods apply of honesty. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped. And I'll see you next time. Bye.